Shalom, Yashala, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to the Most High Yahweh. I do so in the name of His only begotten Son, Yahweh Shai. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Yasharallah. Call Holoyim Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Harakah Kwadash, for blessing our elders with the spirit of truth so that we may know. Shout out to the Akim and the Akwaf that's keeping the faith in the works. Y'all keep at it. It's your brother Abaya coming at you with more precepts. It's the book of Isaiah, chapter 47 and verse 1. It says, "Come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon. Sit on the ground, there is no throne, O daughter of the Chaldeans, for thou shalt no more be called tender and delicate." All right, this devil has been exposed for quite a while now. First and foremost by the elder apostles and the elders, you know what I'm saying, of Yasharallah. That expose the truth of who we are. You can't expose the truth of who we are without exposing the devil, because it goes hand in hand. It explains why we don't know who we are. All right, so this devil has been exposed, right? But it's further than just the Most High's people knowing this. It's all the surrounding nations know this as well. So he all the way out there now, right? There is no hiding. Right? And go to verse 3 in the same book, same chapter. So Isaiah 47 verse 3 says, "Thy nakedness shall be uncovered, yea, thy shame shall be seen. I will take vengeance, and I will not meet thee as a man." Yahweh Shemi Shai is coming back as power. That's why they keep seeing things going on in the sky that they can't explain. That's why they keep seeing these things, because Yahweh Shemi Shai is getting ready to make his appearance. Right, but first things must happen on this earth. Basically, the things that are going on the earth right now must happen for him to come. Right, but like I said, this devil has been exposed, man. All the tactics that he used as far as dealing with nations when he wants some, as far as dealing with his own people and being hypocritical in the whole nine has been exposed. So with that, I'm gonna let this video play and I'll be back.
First, let's check in with the leader of the free world, who is blaming everything and everyone for his administration's many failures, including the US's energy crisis. Remember, the US was a net energy exporter under President Trump, but under Joe Biden, who in his first day in office cancelled the permit for the Keystone Pipeline, well, there's an energy crisis. Biden loves to blame external factors beyond his control for this self-inflicted mayhem. But what is...
Hey, just a side note right quick. I just seen this Edomite Broad just say when dude first got in office, the first thing he did was cancel the Keystone Pipeline. But what they Broad ain't explaining is that Keystone Pipeline was going against our brethren, the so-called Native Americans. Them people was getting done in so bad with that Keystone Pipeline. But, I digress.
Happening is precisely what he said would happen during the 2020 presidential campaign. He promised to slash emissions and kill fossil fuel projects.
Would there be any place for fossil fuels, including coal and fracking, in the Biden administration?
No, we would work it out. We would make sure it's eliminated. No more drilling on federal lands. No more drilling, including offshore. No ability for the oil industry to continue to drill, period. I guarantee you we're going to end fossil fuel.
What about, say, stopping fracking and stopping pipeline infrastructure and
No new fracking. We are going to get rid of fossil fuels. I've argued against any more oil drilling or gas drilling on federal lands. No one's going to build a coal-fired plant again, and we're going to get rid of the ones we have now. Have a transition from the oil industry.
And now, real talk, the devil real life sly way telling the truth. But the devil mixed the truth up with lies, because that's his language. That's what he speaks, right? What the devil really trying to say is we moving towards this place is moving towards a new digital era where there will be no need for fossil fuels. But them same big businesses that run the fossil fuel system will be in charge of this new phase of things. It's just going to be in a new manner, right? That basically what this man's saying. They can't catch on to it, but you know what I'm saying? We know what's up. Like I said, the devil mixes lies with truth.
Yes. Would you be willing to sacrifice some of that growth, even knowing potentially that it could displace thousands, maybe hundreds of thousands of blue-collar workers in the interest of transitioning to that greener economy?
The answer is yes.
Well, elections have consequences, as do mad green policies, something Australia is going to find out. But back to... President Biden, who this week was blaming what he calls the Putin tax for soaring gas and food prices.
I understand Americans are anxious, and they're anxious for good reason. I was raised in a household when the price of gasoline rose precipitously. It was the discussion at the table. It made a difference when food prices went up. But we've never seen anything like Putin's tax on both food and gas.
At least he was lucid there when he was lying through, but you can't say that about his performance on the Jimmy Kimmel Show, which started badly and got worse. Here is Biden indulging in some mask theatre by wearing a mask when he's all by himself and then taking it off when he approaches the host. Yeah, that makes perfect sense. Biden then went on some bizarre rant about biracial couples on TV and bragged that his administration had done a lot of great stuff. They're just bad at communication.
No, I'm serious. You turn on the TV, look at the ads. When's the last time you saw biracial couples on TV? When's the last time you saw the way, people are selling products, they do ads to sell products.
Does he think it's 1965? Maybe he seriously does think it's 1965 because these days ads are full of biracial families. But when he wasn't making a fool of himself on late night TV, Biden was indulging in reckless rhetoric. This is what he said about his political opponents just days after a Supreme Court justice appointed by President Trump had an attempt on his life.
Every once in a while, something you learn makes you viscerally angry. Like if you had the person in front of you, you'd want to pop them. No, I really mean it.
Don't you just love the unity that he's brought, the prosperity that he's brought? That's what happens when you order a president through mail.
Right, so here's the book of John, chapter 8, verse 44. It says, ye are of
If
your
you're a beat
father.
maker, you gotta check this out.
It says, ye are of your father the devil, and the lust of your father ye will do. He was a murderer from the beginning, and abode not in the truth, because there is no truth in him. When he speaketh a lie, he speaketh of his own, for he is a liar and the father of it. All right, so this is this devil's language. That's a lot. 1 second. Right, so when this devil speaks, he's speaking lies because that's his language. He don't know how to tell the truth. This man don't know truth. Right? And like in his full aspect, he can't grasp it. He can't grasp that. He can only mix it up with lies. That's as close to the truth as this devil is gonna get. Right? And it's because the Most High wired him up that way. And there's really nothing anybody can do about it. Because that just is what it is. It's the book of Psalms chapter 58. And verse 3, it says, the wicked are estranged from the womb. They go astray as soon as they be born, speaking lies. So that kind of is what it is. But like I said, this devil is being exposed for being who he is. Because there's only so many lies you can tell before people really start paying attention to what you're saying and what you're doing. A person can talk one thing all day, but what you do really defines who you are. So if you're talking one way and you're constantly doing opposite of what you're talking, you are a liar. It is what it is. Right? But Yahweh Bashim Yahushua says that the surrounding nations that are in league with this devil, they're going to catch on to them lies so much, and it's going to get to the point to where they're going to turn. Right? Revelation 17 and verse 16 says, and the 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast, these shall hate the whore, and shall make her desolate and naked, and shall eat her flesh and burn her with fire. So eventually these nations are going to get tired of the lies, because what they understanding is every time the daughter of Babylon lies, another country got to pay the consequence for it. It never falls on the daughter of Babylon, or another nation got to pay for it. It never falls on Babylon. It falls on the so-called blacks, so-called Hispanics, so-called Native Americans, and all our brethren around the world, all the so-called Negro descent. It falls on the surrounding countries that follow what the daughter of Babylon is saying and end up ruffling the feathers of their people. And it falls on the politics of surrounding nations that ultimately end up in certain wars defending something that the daughter of Babylon said to do. So eventually it's going to get old. And once it gets old, the daughter of Babylon's allies are going to turn, and we're seeing it as we speak. For real, for real. We've been seeing the beginning stages of it for the past, I want to say 7 years, right? 6, 7 years, something like that, right? But this is the ultimate judgment for the daughter of Babylon. Burn her with fire. That's all this place got to look forward to. That's it, and that's all, right? We go to the book of Revelation, chapter 21, and in verse 8, it says, well, so I don't want to go there. I want to go to Revelation 20 and 10. It says, and the devil that deceived them was cast into the lake of fire and brimstone, where the beast and the false prophet are, and shall be tormented day and night forever and ever. All right? This place is going down. This place is being exposed more and more as each day go by, as each event goes by day by day. It just constantly get exposed. So there's only so much hiding you can do. There's only so much lying you can do. Right? Go to the book of 2nd Ezra. Let's see. 2nd Ezra in the Apocrypha, chapter 11, and verse 41. It says, for the earth hast thou not judged with truth. This place these people have been in charge. The devil has been in charge of the earth. Job 9:24 says the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. And since this devil has been in charge, he has not judged with truth. He has not judged this earth with truth. It's all been for benefit. It's all been for beneficial purpose, for filthy lucre's sake, for wicked control, wicked power. Ain't none of it been right. Right? It says, for thou hast afflicted the meek, which is humble. Thou hast hurt the peaceable. Thou hast loved liars, and destroyed the dwellings of them that brought forth fruit, and hast cast down the walls of such as did thee no harm. Right? It says, therefore is thy wrongful dealing come up unto the highest, and thy pride unto the mighty. The Most High it done reached up there now. Right? Which means that prophecies are getting closer and closer, because for the Most High to recognize this, for the Most High to see this, and the proof of that the Most High is seeing this is that He waking up His people, and His people are prophesying on what's going on. So if the Most High put His Spirit in the people to prophesy on what's going on, that means that He's now seeing it, and He's now making His word come back on this earth through the men of the Lord, just like it was in the scriptures. All you gotta do is just read it. Right? Whenever the world felt like they could just do whatever it is they wanted to do, Yahweh would place His Spirit in some person or some people to go to these people and say, hey, Yahweh still exists. Right? These still His people. Y'all messing up. If y'all don't do this, that, and the third, He gonna do this, that, and the third to you. And now it's happening again. Right? So 2nd Ezra chapter 11 and verse 44 says, the highest also hath looked upon the proud times, and behold, they are ended, and his abominations are fulfilled. And therefore appear no more, thou eagle, nor thy horrible wings, nor thy wicked feathers, nor thy malicious heads, nor thy hurtful claws, nor all thy vain body. Right? When Yahweh Basham outside get done with this place, it ain't going to be no more of this place. This place is going to be a desert. Straight like that. Right? When I say this place, I'm talking about the daughter of Babylon only. Everybody else in everybody else's land still going to be intact and still going to be there. But it's going to be a renewing on this earth. Matter of fact, let me read out. It says, verse 46, that all the earth may be refreshed and may return, being delivered from thy violence, and that she may hope for the judgment and mercy of Him that made her. Right? The world gonna be in peace, because the wicked gonna be out the way, and it's gonna be ran by righteousness again. Right? But until that time comes, this devil just gonna constantly get exposed with each event, with each lie that he actually speaks, with the different laws this devil passed that they say mean, it's going for one thing, but it's actually going for another, going into the law books, going into the history books and all that, till Shiloh come. So it is what it is. With that, Yahweh Hashem Yahushua Ratazah, these precepts in this video are edifying. Call Haloyim Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua, by Hashem Harakak Shalom Yashal.